first of all, India and Pakistan, well, we are in the post-war situation and we expect for the stabilization of the situation. So European Union was always for the stability of the in the region, actually, to avoidance of the war and implementation of the international obligations, international resolutions of that, and we will continue. I think in May, so there were quite a number of calls from the European Union, phone calls also of Callas of High Representative Callas to Deputy Prime Minister and other activities. Well, also one of the challenges we see is in general in the region, but with India, the water, and of course this issue is continuing and it should be addressed. Of course, it's the matter of two countries about the implementation of the agreement in this water agreement, but also if well, also it's really the issue which is really very important for European Union, for the region, for the stability. In general, speaking about green, so it could be the part of green diplomacy if needed. But in general, we have the issue of climate change, and of course the floods in the region, floods in Pakistan, but also we could see the same is India, in wider region, in quite a lot of other countries. We have in Europe so the fires wild forests, for example. It was this summer. We also have floods of the rivers in Europe, so it's a global challenge. The greenhouse emissions of Pakistan are 1% from global one, but of course it's one of the most affected countries in the world. We see from the floods of 2022, we see the floods from 2025. What we are doing in this regard? So it's multilateral. So it's Europe is leading country. Yes, Europe's emissions are 7% of global gas emissions. It's fourth place, unfortunately, fourth place in the world. But Europe made unilaterally from 1990 36% of the reduction of greenhouse emissions, and of course came first with initiative of zero net greenhouse emissions until 2050, which is now fully recognized by others, and we will continue to do well bilaterally. So with Pakistan, majority of our 2/3 of our development support is concentrated on green transition. Significant, all our projects take into account so the green aspects, including mitigation and adaptation of climate change. So what does it mean 2/3? Now we have around 500 million euros in pipeline to these projects. So it's quite significant amount. On the other hand, European Union showed always solidarities in really very challenging situation. In the situation of floods, for example, 2022 floods, European Union and member states accumulated 1 billion actually so for mitigation and adaptation measures actually so to cover the losses. Now as the first tranche, so 1 million euros or 300 more than 300 rupees were allocated, million rupees were allocated for the floods this year, and probably it will continue if it's necessary. And with the new strategy of development cooperation with Global Gateway, I almost certain that the addressing climate change, mitigation and adaptation will continue to be one of priorities of development policy of the European Union.